Hey everybody, this is Threshold Training's at-home workout for April 15th, 2020. It is a Wednesday, so we're about halfway through the week, and hopefully we can still see some sunshine on the way. So, for today's workout, we have two different parts. I'm going to bring you up to the board so you can see what we're doing for today. If you need to pause and write it down, feel free to do that now. So up front, we're going to do a little bit of accessory work, mostly related to running and single leg control. So we're going to go through 3 sets of 20 total unweighted torso twists. Ideally our feet are elevated off the ground during this movement. 20 total single leg hamstring sliders. Okay, so we're going to need a surface that you can slide one leg away from you and then back towards you. So that could be a wood floor. You could keep your shoes on and have a towel underneath you. A floor with tile or stone would probably be another good one. If you have a scooter or skateboard, that could work to put your foot on as well. If you have a rower, you can use the rower seat or anything similar that you could kind of slide your foot on for those. Or if you don't have anything to slide your foot on, you can do 10 hamstring walkouts. And we'll demonstrate that in a second. Then our last movement here is 8 per leg of an unweighted tempo rear foot elevated split squat. So the tempo is just the speed at which you're going to do the movement. So we dictated and prescribed the tempo today to be down for 2 seconds, hold for 2 seconds, up for 1 second, and then hold the top of the movement for 1 second. So emphasizing the descent and then the pause at the bottom. So torso twists, we are going to be on the floor for that. We are going to elevate our feet very slightly. We are going to, if you imagine there's a window between the bottom of your ribs and your belt line, you're going to close that window, create as much compression and as much rounding in the back as you can, and then you're going to rotate side to side 20 times. Imagine there's a laser pointing out of your chest and you're rotating it to the right and to the left as opposed to just placing your hands down on either side. And so this is all about the rotation. 20 total. From there, we're going to go to our hamstring sliders. We're going to do one leg at a time. So we're going to lay on our back for this. We're going to elevate our hips ever so slightly. Right, the leg that's moving will slide forward, and then heel will dig down, and we'll slide backwards. We're going to do all 10 on one leg before switching sides. Okay, the goal is to race out and back, and to slide and keep pressure into the ground, and then come right back, keeping lots of pressure into the ground. The more pressure you put into the ground, the more you're going to get out of this. And then we'll simply switch legs. Okay, if you need to do both legs at a time with minimal hip lift, that is fine. Okay, that might be a tad bit easier. If you don't have a surface that slides very well, you can simply walk your feet out as far as you feel comfortable with your hips just ever so slightly lifted off the floor. And for 10 reps. From there, our last movement is that rear foot elevated split squat. So you don't need to raise your foot very high, okay, maybe 2 to 4 inches off the ground. A stair would work, a stack of like 2 or 3 books would work, a stack of plates would work as well, a small riser, small stool, a small pillow maybe. We're going to elevate that foot. Notice that at the top of my movement, my knees are bent. Okay, so you don't need to straighten your legs out. You just need to come back to a constant and consistent position. Okay, so from here, I'm going to go down 2, hold 2, up, hold, down 2, hold 2, up. Notice that as I go down, my hips go down with my knees, and I'm keeping my hips tucked underneath me. Okay, they're not going backwards towards my back leg, and I am not lifting my chest up excessively. Okay. Once we are done our 3 sets, okay, actually before we even get there, notice that there's no rest between exercises or sets. So we're just going through like a circuit, okay, at a steady pace. Okay. So once we're done these, we're going to get to our sweaty portion for the workout today. And it is an interval style workout. You will do 3 rounds, each for time. An 800-meter run or a 1K row. You can also bike, 2.5K for males and 2K for females. Then 20 total dumbbell alternating reverse lunges, and then 20 dumbbell goblet squats. You will have a 2-minute rest in between each of the 3 rounds. Your goal is to try to keep a challenging pace throughout all 3 rounds, with the knowledge that it may dip off on the 2nd and 3rd round. Okay, but that's going to be the challenge today, is to try to keep the intensity on the higher side but sustainable side. Okay, the 2-minute rest should allow for that to happen. So you're going to run a row. Once you come back, you will have your dumbbell or barbell waiting for you. Okay, you will perform your dumbbell alternating reverse lunges. Okay, very similar points of performance to the rear foot elevated split squat, just that my knee is going to touch the ground ever so slightly. Right. After I'm done 10 per leg or 20 total, I go right into my goblet squats. You can hold the dumbbell like this, or you may hold like that. You might also do front squats for a barbell. Either way, we're looking for the hip crease to go below the knee and the chest to remain tall, the elbows to remain tall, so the weight does not, okay, hunch you over like so. Right. And that is today's workout. See if you can get outside for this, have fun, and enjoy it.